And museums and monuments across the country are set to be reopened to the public beginning Monday after a 7-month shutdown owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, a section of the clergy are faulting politicians for convening rallies without observing the social distancing rules, yet places of worship are banned from having more than 100 worshippers.
As part to the move to revive the country's economy, the Kenya National Museums has announced some of the museums and monuments will open their doors to the public as from Monday. Sports, Culture and Heritage Principal Secretary Jospita Mukobe was in Malindi, where she inspected COVID-19 containment measures in place at heritage sites in the town. It is here that she revealed a gradual reopening of the sites in strict adherence to COVID-19 protocols.
We cannot close forever. Life must continue, and we must know how to work with the COVID. And there are certain protocols that the Ministry of Health has advised that those who are opening their businesses must adhere to. And so we have written to them, and Ministry of Health and some of their officers have been around just to check on what it is that we can do to partially open.
In the meantime, the clergy has faulted political leaders for alleged doublespeak in their calls for Kenyans to avoid crowding, yet they are in the forefront in organizing rallies where containment measures are not observed. Bungoma Catholic priest Paul Juma is raising concern over the recent political gatherings, cautioning leaders against preaching water and drinking wine.
They are telling us that we are not supposed to gather. We are supposed to have social distancing. When people come to church to pray, it is a mistake. But when they gather with their politics, when they gather, they don't adhere to that. So who is fooling who? Who is telling who the truth? So they are supposed to sound like role models so that they practice what they say.
Elsewhere, the Kiambu County Interfaith Clergy is set to embark on counseling sessions to the families that lost their loved ones due to COVID-19 disease. The clergy will mainly focus on the families that are facing stigma as a result of how their loved ones were hurriedly buried in line with COVID-19 guidelines. Sami Nene, a member of the Interfaith Council, said most of the families were humiliated when public health officers fully donned in personal protective equipment buried their loved ones, a situation that left them battling stigma and pain for being unable to give their loved ones a befitting send-off.
Wakawa wamegonjeka katika moyo, wamekoruzwa mioyo sana. Na hili ni jukumu letu sisi kama wahubiri kuenda kwa nyumba kama hizi, kwa familia kama hizi, kuongea na familia kama hizi, kuwaombea na kuongea na wao ili tukaona mioyo yao yamepata kuponywa. Kwa sababu kwa mambo ambayo yalikuwa yakitendeka hapo kitambo ama awali, vile mambo ya mazishi ilikuwa inafanywa usiku, ingine inafanywa haraka, ingine inafanywa na kama madharau, na watu wamekuwa wameona ni kama wamefanywa kama wanyama.
Their remarks comes days after the Ministry of Health said it was in the process of reviewing burial protocols and guidelines, with new evidence showing the risk of infection by a body was minimal if there is no contact with the body's fluid. Beatrice Gatonyangetich, Channel 1 News.